the 3rd of February, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura. Hello again, Rabbi. You're muted.
There we go. Okay, good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo, First Yeshiva Tzama Nafshi here in Shalayim, care of Zoom. This is our second share in the morning. We're learning Mishnah Berura, Hilchos Nesias Kapayim. We're at the end of Sif Siman Kuf Chav Ches. That is in Sif Mem Hey. We started it yesterday, and we're just coming to the end. Actually, no, we started Kuf Chav Tet Siv base. That's what we have to do. Is Kuf Chav Tet Siv base. Have it there, Lou. You could get started in the meantime.
Yes, I have. Let's see. Here's Olive. Here's base. Kohen she'avar. Right.
Right. That's right.
Okay. Va'ala laduchan bayom hakippurim b'mincha. A Kohen that she'avar, that a different Kohen.
No, that was over. Meaning we've been learning that on Mincha time, there's no duchening on Mincha time because we're worried that the Kohen might be drunk, right?
Oh,
so we don't allow them to duchen because it's also for them to duchen, just like it's also for them to do the avodah in the base of Mikdash when they're drunk. They can't duchen when they're have had at least a release of wine. So a Kohen who's over and he goes up to duchen b'yom kippurim on Mincha time, right?
He sins. He sins by going up and duchening.
Right.
I see. Kevan sheha davar yadua she'ein sham shichrus. Because since that the matter is known that or I guess if the matter is known that there is not any drunkenness,
right, that it is known. Since it's Yom Kippur, nobody's going to be drinking on Yom Kippur. We don't have to be concerned about anyone drinking, especially drinking wine on Yom Kippur, because we don't have to be concerned. He's not supposed to go up, right? He's not supposed to go up.
right?
But if he did go up, we were not going to take him down because there's really no real concern that he's really drunk.
Right. Hare ze nosei es kapav ve'ein moridin oso. Behold, this one will duchen, and we don't. Moridin means to protest.
No, take him down. We don't force him to come down from duchen.
Take him down. Mipnei hachashad shelo yomru pasul. We don't take him down because of, what is this, chashad?
That is a suspicion.
Suspicion. That we don't say that he is pasul. Who ulechach ho riduhu. We don't say that he is pasul, invalid, and therefore take him down.
Right. Because if we let him stay up there, right? Because we're concerned that if we would take him down, people would suspect that he's pasul. I mean, they would question, well, why are we taking this Kohen down? Why is he not? All people are going to remember is we took this Kohen down from duchening, right?
Right.
And they wouldn't remember maybe that it was Yom Kippur, he wasn't supposed to do it, but all they would remember that this Kohen was somehow stopped from duchening. And we would suspect that there must be something wrong with you. Maybe he's not a real Kohen or something like that.
Right. Ulechein omrim b'mincha b'yom kippurim, and therefore we say about mincha on Yom Kippur, Elokeinu ve'Elokei avosenu, our God and the God of our fathers. Af al gav, sorry.
Yeah, that we say that. That's when when there's no coin in the Beit Knesset. That's what we say instead of the Birkas Kohanim. So likewise. So even though there's really no duchening on Mincha Yom Kippur, but we go ahead and say this Lokenu v'Lokenu v'Seinu anyway.
Oh, Afal Gav, even though De'ain Roy Lin Sias Kapayim, even though that it's not proper to duchen, Mikol Makom, nevertheless, Ho'il Ve'im Allah Lo Yered. Nevertheless, if he ascends, if he goes up, we don't bring him down.
Right.
Mikre Kitsas Roy. Mikre, it's written. Oh, it's called.
Yeah, called
a little bit proper.
Meaning it's meaning. Meaning really we shouldn't be saying Elokeinu v'Elokeinu v'Seinu, because really they're not supposed to duchen, right? And anytime they're not supposed to duchen, we're not going to say Elokeinu v'Elokeinu v'Seinu. So therefore, it's a little bit different by Mincha Yom Kippur, since even though they're not supposed to duchen, but if they would go up by mistake in duchen, they would be allowed to duchen. So it's called a little bit proper to be said.
Ah. Okay, v'chein nohagin b'medinos elu af al pi sheyesh cholkim, and therefore it is our custom in these lands, even though that there is argument,
even though there are those that argue, that there are those opinions that argue, correct.
Okay, so that's the end of that simon, right?
Right, we just have to do the Mr. Brewer in Tess and Yud. Two little Mr. Brewers there. You have it there?
Mishna Berura, Tess.
Maybe.
Yeah, I see it.
Maybe Mary or Barry wants to take over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Mr.
Ayomer goes there.
No, in the Mr. Brewer Tet and Yud, in Kuf Kuf Tet.
It's Shehadavar Yadua, that the matter is known.
You could go ahead, Lou. Go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, Rotzeh Lomar, that is to say, Velo Asru Kizeh Ki Im Mishum de Mechalan Bishar Yomei. That is to say that it's not forbidden. In this is not forbidden, because if mishum, because what is the michalaf?
and we come to, they'll switch, literally means to switch.
If they were to switch another day,
Yeah, meaning the other days, meaning this particular day, they're not gonna do it, but they may come to make a mistake about other days.
oh, and on those other days, it's a problem because he might have drunk wine.
Right, right.
Lechain ein moridin oso. Therefore, we don't bring him down. Im kavar Allah, if he already went up. Aval b'mincha shel she'ar yomei, but on mincha of other days, af im Allah, even if he goes up, yered, we bring him down. Mikrei kitsas roi. We call it a little bit proper. Umikol makom, nevertheless, ha misanim ad chatzos. What's misanim?
There is fasting, right?
There's fasting until chatzos.
Right.
When do we have fasting till chatzos?
So again, this is referring to, right?
Oh, I see. It's saying that
Other,
they fasted up until the time that he's gonna duchen.
well, no, he's referring to other days. Go further in there, Mr. Brewer, it'll become clear, right?
Okay. Al ad chatzos umi tefilalin mincha, and the prayer of mincha. He fasted up until chatzos in the prayer of mincha. Kagon, for example, be'erev Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, very good, very good. Erev Rosh Hashanah.
The day before Rosh Hashanah, uke dome, and it's compared to
Yes, exactly.
lo yomar hashatz. What is hashatz?
The Shliach Tzibor.
Oh, so the Shliach Tzibor doesn't say Elokeinu v'Avosenu, our God and the God of our fathers. Afilu.
Right, that's like on an Erev Rosh Hashanah, that there's a half day fast, and at Mincha time, right? At Mincha time, the Shliach Tzibor does not say the Elokeinu V'Avosenu, because it's not really, there's no chance that there's going to be Birkas Kohanim.
So even though we do have the custom on Yom Kippur of saying Elokeinu v'Elokeinu, nevertheless we don't say it on Erev Rosh Hashanah.
Right. Clear? That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky, but I think I got it.
Okay, so basically, it's explaining to us why on Yom Kippur itself, the Kohen, if he went and it did go up, he should have gone up, but he did go up. You don't take him down, because if you did take him down, we're worried that people might think there's something halachically wrong with him, and he might be puzzled. You might think there's some problem with his lineage as a Kohen, and nevertheless, therefore we keep him up, and therefore the Shatz can even say, even when that doesn't occur, since it's somewhat, as the Ramah says, somewhat appropriate to duchen in those cases, then therefore we could do and go ahead and say Elokeinu v'Elokeinu. Mashin came with other fast days where we would never allow him to go up to duchen. Then we don't say. Some say the Elokeinu v'Elokeinu, some say not to do it. That's the Yesh Koki. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's just see, we're gonna have time, we have time. Let's see the next sif, Kuf Lamed, right? Kuf Lamed, and we'll just do that, and we'll see. I don't know if there was a chance to do Mr. Brewer, but we might be. I think next week we'll start switching to Chelik Vav in the Mr. Brewer Hilchus Purim. Okay,
Good idea.
we'll get a head start on Purim, and that hopefully will give us a little time to do Pesach. There's a lot of halachas for Pesach, which are very relevant and important halachas, and so therefore we can start the Hilchas Pesach, Hilchas Purim next week. We'll try and do a lot of it, and something we may leave to the actual days or week before Purim, but the background halachas we can certainly try and learn beforehand, and when we have finished that, we'll return our attention to Hilchas Pesach Nedav. So let's just read this Mechaber now, and we'll when we come back to this, that will probably be sometime after Pesach. Probably after Pesach, we'll come back to these halachas. But yeah, let's just take a look at Kuf Lamed in the Mechaber and the Ramah.
Okay. Man de chaza chel ma below yada my chaza. So chaza is to repeat.
Chaza literally means that he saw. Man de chaza chalma, a person that saw a dream. Right. This is a person that there's an attachment. The Gemara attaches it. The Gemara attaches the person who's disturbed by a dream that he had the previous night and Birkas Kohanim, as we'll see. The Mechaber will explain a bit.
Okay, and he doesn't know why he dreamed it. Why he saw it.
Right. He doesn't mean he doesn't understand the meaning of it. He doesn't know what he saw. He had a dream, and it's as dreams can be very confusing and complex, and also troubling sometimes. So he doesn't know what to make of the dream.
Right. Nekum kamei kehane bisha'a la she'olim laduchan.
Oh.
So he comes before a Kohen who is dukening?
Yeah, at the time of the doing, right? A person that has a dream that he doesn't know what to make of the dream, he should go and get up and to the Kohanim at the time of their duchening. And while the Kohanim are duchening, he says, when he should say the following.
So the Kohanim are up there duchening, and he's going to get up in the middle of the shul and start talking?
Well, he could stand by where he is in the shul. He doesn't have to take the pulpit or anything like that.
But I mean, he's interrupting the duchening, the service.
Well, he doesn't have to say it out loud. He could say it to himself. Not making a public announcement.
I see. V'nema hachi, and he should say thusly,
Right.
Ribono shel olam, Master of the universe, Ani shalach, I was sent.
I am yours.
Oh, I am yours. Shelcha, I am yours. V'cha lo mosai, and my dream shalach. My dream is yours. V'kule, etc.
Right. So there's a whole format of what to say. It's usually printed in the Magzurim for the holidays, because the whole congregation says this on the holidays when they come around. But so when we get back to this, if you want, we can take a look at the exact format and text of the prayer.
So this brings up a question in my mind about kavana. I've heard other occasions where there's been a statement that when you're davening, you should think of this, you should think of that, and I have always questioned. Wait a second. I thought when you're davening, you're supposed to be thinking about the davening. If the Kohanim are up there, shouldn't I be thinking about the meaning of the words, translating in my mind what the Hebrew says if I don't understand it, and concentrating on it rather than getting up and saying something that has nothing to do with it?
Yeah, that's true in most general cases, but here, since you have a need to do this, so we sacrifice the kavanah in that situation. And also on Yom Tovim, when everybody gets to say this, we usually wait to say this until the last word when they say shalom, and they usually drag out with the melody the word shalom quite extensively, and everyone has a chance to say it when they give a good 10-15 seconds to say this prayer. So then it's not a question of interrupting your concentration on the Kohanim. That's why they wait till the end, the shalom. But on a regular weekday, for an individual who would do this, so you're right. But since there's a need, you can sometimes sacrifice the kavanah because of the need.
Isn't this similar to, Rebbe, when the Shliach Tzibur is repeating Shmon Esrei and he's saying modim that we say our own modim,
Right.
even though we should be following him.
Right. Similar.
We have to keep in mind, we have to keep in mind what he's saying, but we also say our own modim, which
Right,
is
that's a good example. Very good example, Barry. Yeah.
So in this case, is there something about the Kohen duchening that makes this an auspicious time for us to be saying this prayer about dreams?
Yeah, that's it's all based on the Gemara to really understand it. Well, I mean, we'll need to learn the Mishna Berura eventually. We'll get to it, and then it's based on the Gemara. The Gemara gives us as a formula for having a person relieve his tensions because of the dream that he had that's confusing him. Right. We'll discuss that, I guess, when we get back to it. But as I said, next week, Yom Rishon, we'll start Hilchos Purim, if you like. Okay.
All right. So there's no reason to make a bookmark here.
No. If you want to save your
What number
bookmark
is that?
and use it for another one, then you go. Well, when we come back to this, we'll be coming back.
what number is it, Rebbe?
Volume 6.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay. For Yom Rishon.
Be'ezus Hashem. And tomorrow, 9:30, anyone like to join us? We'll be talking about the Parshas Shavua.
Okay.
So have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Okay, very well.
Hope to see
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay,
Thank
be
you,
well.
Matt. Thank you, Barry. Everyone be well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shikach, Lou.
Baruch T'yeh, Meir.